Hi, my name's Nina. I'm just a Swiftie with an English degree, and today we're going to go over one of my all-time favorite Taylor Swift songs, and you may have never heard of it because it was never actually released. Let's talk about I'd Lie. I've been wanting to talk about I'd Lie for weeks. Number one, because I highly suspect that we will get it as a debut vault track. So when Taylor's version is released, hopefully we will have it. If she does not release I'd Lie as a debut vault track, I will simply cease to exist. But also, I wanted to talk about I'd Lie because I think it's a really good representation of early writing for her and how, from the beginning, she had kind of an it factor when it comes to writing. Even the more simple country songs when she was first starting out as a writer, they're pretty impressive. So I want to talk about I'd Lie because I think it's a good example. And I know what you're wondering, Nina. If I'd Lie was never released, how are we listening to it right now? And to tell you the truth, I'm not really sure. It always existed in the crevice of my mind because when I was a 15-year-old and was listening to Taylor Swift when Debut came out in 2006 and I was obsessed from the beginning, I'd Lie was kind of always just part of that. I don't know how many family computers I riddled with viruses downloading I'd Lie off of LimeWire along with iHeart, and Tennessee Blue, and all of the unreleased songs. I'm not really sure how we have them, to be honest. I know that there was a deluxe edition of a Best Buy CD that had iHeart on it and like some others, but I'd Lie is kind of a mystery to me. If you know more, let me know. But we're going to talk about it because I'd Lie is extremely important just to me as a person. It's one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs of all time. As an OG Swiftie, as a person who started listening to Taylor in 2006 when Debut was released, I'd Lie has just always been there. Let's revisit her today. Let's talk about it. If you're a first-time listener of I'd Lie, yay, Debut is coming. Fingers crossed that it'll be a vault track. If she does not make I'd Lie a debut vault track, I will simply cease to exist. I don't think that passenger seat has ever looked this good to me. He tells me about his night, and I count the colors in his eyes.
Think that passenger seat has ever looked this good to me.
Now, I love this first stanza so much because I just think that Taylor does such a fantastic job, even early on in the very beginnings of her career, with showing and not telling when it comes to storytelling in songs. When she wrote this song, ended up having a crush on this guy, and she performed it at the talent show at her school. She went to Henderson High School, a public high school outside of Nashville. She presented this at her talent show in front of the guy that she had a crush on, who this song was about. And after the talent show, everybody knew. That's the background of I'd Lie.
This is a song that I wrote about this guy I had a crush on who didn't know it. And then I ended up playing it at our high school talent show, and it was just really awkward and great. So I'm going to play that for you now. It's called I'd Lie.
Then she says in the song, I don't think that passenger seat has ever looked so good to me.
I don't think that passenger seat has ever looked this good to me.
And just from that initial two lines there, you become interested. And also she's talking about a passenger seat. You, from the very first line, are like, what are you talking about? The passenger seat has never looked so good to you? Like, what do you mean? He tells me about his night. She redirects it to who she's talking about. He, now we know that it's about a he, and I count the colors in his eyes.
He tells me about his night, and I count the colors in his eyes.
Think about the descriptive language there and how she is telling this story. She goes from talking about something seemingly insignificant, the passenger seat of her car, to him being the one who's speaking just about his night, and she is wondering and falling in love with him, counting the colors in his eyes. So what a way to tell a story, even at 15 and 16. Amazing imagery for falling in love, for young love, counting the colors in his eyes. And she was 15. He'll never fall in love, he swears, as he runs his fingers through his hair. I'm laughing because I hope he's wrong.
He'll never fall in love, he swears, as he runs his fingers through his hair.
that is perfect imagery there too. You know, she is telling us a story. He runs his fingers through his hair. This is an everyday interaction, but she's making it more by showing us and by giving us little tidbits of this interaction. He'll never fall in love, he swears, as he runs his fingers through his hair. I'm laughing because I hope he's wrong.
Laughing 'cause I hope he's wrong.
Uncomfortable by that. You know, she is trying to play it off as she is cool, like, oh, that's, you know, haha, but she's laughing because she hopes she's wrong because she's uncomfortable. And I don't think it ever crossed his mind. He tells a joke. I fake a smile, but I know all his favorite songs.
Think it ever crossed his mind. He tells a joke, I fake a smile, but I know all his favorite songs.
I think it's so interesting here how she also uses these little facts, you know, to almost like add in, like, I love him because I know all of his favorite songs. Like, this is an example of why. If you didn't love him, would you know all of his favorite songs? But do you? And we also see that with like You Belong With Me later on, right? That, you know, I know you better than all of these other people. He tells a joke, I fake a smile, but I know all of his favorite songs.
I know all his favorite songs.
It's like she knows in the back of her mind that they're perfect for each other, and she's just waiting for him to catch up. And notice this entire time, she has just been telling us this story. He just shrugging it off as nothing while she is taking it in as everything. The entire time in this song so far, she has been showing us a story, showing us a picture, instead of just telling us, I drove in the car with my crush last night and it was neat. And here we have another example of her giving examples of like proving that she loves this guy, right? She is proving a point, proving that she loves him. And I could tell you, his favorite color is green. He loves to argue. Born on the 17th. His sister's beautiful. He has his father's eyes. And if you ask me if I love him, I'd lie.
If you ask me if I love him, I'd lie.
I just love this song so much because it's so cute. But as an aside, since I did grow up in Tennessee and am around the same age as Taylor, I have run into people who went to high school with her, who went to Henderson High School with her specifically, and I've never heard anyone say anything bad about her. Imagine for a second, okay, that you are a student at Henderson High School and you are sitting at your school talent show and Taylor Swift performs this song and she is laying out a list of facts that seem to pertain to you. That is what is happening here, and that is what the lived experience was of one young man in the audience. Okay, let's remember this, because she is just giving a laundry list of facts about him, and if you know him, you probably can connect the dots. And of course, this chorus is a naive simplification of what love means. You know, love is not just knowing someone's favorite color, it's not just knowing when they're born, it's not just knowing, you know, that their sister is beautiful, that they have their father's eyes. That's not what love is. But I do love the chorus and how fun this song is and how light and, you know, fun and full of young love it is, and full of just like what that feeling of having a crush is like, you know, like where you are obsessed with this person, or, you know, you have a crush on them and you just want them to notice you at the same time. And if you ask me if I love him, I'd lie.
If you ask me if I love him, I'd lie.
It's just so fun, and it's just such a clever way to convey this message, you know, because, you know, you have a crush on them. You want them to just realize it yourself and ask you out. Obviously, that's where Taylor was at when she wrote the song. If you ask me if I love him, I'd lie. It's such a clever way of saying that so that you get the meaning and you understand it without outright saying that you think you might love a person. It's just such a cute song. I freaking love this song. And it's not just the nostalgia. You know, he looks around the room, innocently overlooks the truth. Shouldn't a light go on? Doesn't he know that I've had him memorized for so long?
Doesn't he know that I've had him memorized for so long?
And this is just more of that same idea, and also more showing and not telling. She's giving us imagery here so we can physically see this. When I hear this in the song, I am picturing a boy standing in a crowded room looking around, like maybe they're at prom or something, or like maybe they're at a school event, and he is literally overlooking her. That is what I'm seeing. He looks around the room innocently overlooks the truth. Why isn't he seeing me? Why does he not see it? Like, why hasn't he connected the dots yet? Because I think in this song also she is assuming that he is going to connect the dots. He just hasn't yet. Shouldn't a light go on? And doesn't he know that I've had him memorized for so long? Because it's that simplification of love again. That is what love is in this song. It's a laundry list of facts that you know, or the things that you have in common, but it's not really love. He sees everything in black and white, never lets nobody see him cry. I don't let nobody see me wishing he was mine.
I don't let nobody see me wishing he was mine.
Another clever use of this flip here where she says, I don't let nobody see me wishing he was mine. I just love this song so much. I think it's so cute, and I think it's so fun the way that she uses the language here. Like, it's another part of the laundry list of facts. And I think as the song progresses too, she gives us more and more reasons why they're perfect for each other, and more facts or parts of the reasons why she knows him better than anybody else does. She goes back to the chorus here. I could tell you his favorite color's green. He loves to argue, born on the 17th. His sister's beautiful. He has his father's eyes. And if you ask me if I love him, I'd lie. He stands there, then walks away. My God, if I could only say, I'm holding every breath for you.
God, if I could only say I'm holding every breath for you.
Once again, she gives us the imagery. I am picturing a girl and him, like in a crowded room. Maybe it's prom, maybe it's some other school event. He stands there, then walks away. My God, if I could only say. That's what she's saying to herself. Why can't she walk up and say, I'm holding every breath for you? Then we get another reason for why she is perfect for him and why nobody sees it and why can't he see it. He'd never tell you more things that she knows about him that nobody else knows, more reasons. He'd never tell you, but he can play guitar. I think he can see through everything but my heart. First thought when I wake up is, my God, he's beautiful. So I put on my makeup and pray for a miracle.
Put on my makeup and pray for a miracle.
Yes, I could tell you his favorite color's green. He loves to argue. Oh, and he kills me. His sister's beautiful. He has his father's eyes. And if you ask me if I love him, if you ask me if I love him, I'd lie.
Don't you ask me if I love him, 'cause I'd lie.
It's just such a fantastic song. And once again, she was 15 or 16 years old, going to the school talent show when she wrote this. This song that is filled with imagery, showing all of this action, all of this longing, all of this teenage, young, naive love. She was 15 or 16 when she wrote this. And I think that that is what is so important and what is so missed when people talk about Taylor Swift. Like, even in my own family, like even my own dad, you know, like he likes to simplify Taylor's music, you know, and he often will say the common thing that we hear, right? Like, oh, is she gonna write more songs about breaking up, more breakup songs and all that kind of thing? And it's like, no, like this is real art and real imagery, and she is a masterful storyteller. Like, it is not a fluke. It's not just a bunch of childless cat ladies who are following Taylor Swift and loving her music and who are just obsessed with her, the person. Like, no, like this is real art that she is making, and she has been good at it since the very beginning. She has gotten better as time has gone on. Her lyrics have grown exponentially. Yes, like this is childhood Taylor, but this is where she started, okay? This is where she started, showing and not telling, naturally telling stories to us so that the audience understands and also relates to her. She uses language that is easily related to. This is where she started. And now we see where she is now. And I just think that that is so important for us to talk about and to mention, because as we are going to be revisiting Debut with Taylor's version, we're going to see how far she has come in a 20-year career. And I am hopeful please give us I'd Lie. That is my hope. Fingers crossed. And so while this song doesn't have as much lore and context for us to dig into about, you know, what life was like, this song is important because this is where Taylor started with her masterful crafting of storytelling with song lyrics. I mean, it's just, the turn of phrase here is so clever. How she changes, if you ask me if I love him, I'd lie. How that is just so clever, that turn of phrase there. And to think about the fact that she was 15 or 16 when she wrote it, it's just, this is why. This is why. She is incredibly talented, and I am tired of people trying to act like she's not. Some speculation as to why we didn't get I'd Lie on debut or on Fearless is because it may sound somewhat similar to Evan and Jaron's Crazy for This Girl, which is another song that I had on that OG iPod, so I have a type.
She rolls the window down.
I don't think that passenger seat.
I can understand how it does sound somewhat similar, and I'll play it here so that you can hear it, but I'm hoping, once again, fingers crossed, that we can work that out and get it on debut Taylor's version. So tell me, guys, have you heard I'd Lie before, or is this your first time being introduced to it? And if so, yay, I'm so glad that you found it. Go listen to the full version so that you can hear it for yourself and add it to your Swiftie listening library. And fingers crossed that we will get it with debut, because please, 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 I need it. I'd Lie is one of those songs that is so incredibly important to me because it's been with me since the very beginning of my Swiftie journey, unlike this cat whose name is Arwen, who has joined us. Did you like I'd Lie? Did you like I'd Lie? Do you like it? Yeah? You liked I'd Lie? Yeah? Okay. All right. Bye. And if you haven't subscribed and you're interested in Taylor Swift lyrics deep dives and the lore of it all, please subscribe. Helps the channel out a lot. The channel is still new and we are growing, but I love being able to talk about more and more music with you, and we have a lot of songs to go. So I'd love it if you join me. And leave comments if you have any suggestions for future songs that you want me to look at, or other videos that you think I should take a look at and do. If you have any questions for me, leave them below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in a couple days for the next video. Our next song is going to be exciting, and I hope that you are ready for it.